Okay, dokie. I want to add a deck of items to really get that, whatchamacallit, slot machine roguelike going. So this will be a... And these are not... I guess I could do game objects for now. This is why this entirely needs to be redone. Because I could probably make them all grid spaces or something. Or it's like items that go on a grid. Okay, but I have the grid spaces, which is actually the board on which you place everything. So what I'm actually looking for is just a list of game objects, most likely. Then it's the spawn level. It's gonna need to do spawn items from deck. Yeah, so instead of spawn pipes, bumpers, holes, buttons, is gonna be spawned from deck. Yeah, we'll leave the pipes and the holes out of it for now. Technically, those would go into... I mean, because I could just do another spawn level that is the spawn from deck. And then the deck would just have a pipe, it would have a hole, it would have whatever else in it. Not bumpers, really, but... Okay, really it's just, can I make a list of buttons? And why is it when I start the stream, that's when I get a warn? Do I want to take the shit off entirely? Nah, I think I'll just roll up the sleeves for now. Yeah, I feel like right as I start to get the game in a spot where it's like, he's feeling more like he's getting there to like an actual game. It feels like the interest has waned. But that's fine. Okay. I got spawn item. Except it's just a spawn from deck. You mean a void, rather. And then for now, this will just be spawn from deck instead. Which I'm really gonna have to figure out how. So I guess it needs to do spawn deck as well. And ads are about to start, so then I guess I will just lie down for a minute. Or 3. And then I have a deck, so I can just do deck dot add spawn button. You do return the button, right? You do. Oh, it also does the position of the button. Okay. Still have not learned my lesson to not don't look at TikTok when lying down for a break. Although if I go play Balatro, that's not gonna work out either. Also, hello. Maybe. I don't know. That also looks like... I don't know if it's me being sleepy or if you being sleepy. We'll go with the more optimistic, hopeful thing of it's not me, it's you. You're spreading the sleep. You're trying to infect me with the sleep by doing the yawn emote. I'm feeling okay today. I mean, I did get a little more. I went to bed early yesterday to get a little bit of sleep. Probably should have gone to bed a little earlier, but that's okay. Okay. Sleepy almost hadn't slept last night. I'm glad that that hasn't happened to me recently, but I hope you could sleep a little more tonight. I guess for everybody. Hope everybody could sleep the better. Yeah, as much as my back has still been bothering me, it at least has not been... Like, there's a couple of nights there where it was too, like, miserable enough that I was not getting much sleep. It's making it so I have a harder time falling asleep, but luckily once I am asleep, I'm good. Okay, so I want to just add some buttons to this list. Again, we're keeping it easy. Like Sunday morning. It's more of a Saturday morning. Saturday morning is my easy morning. I try to do a little more on Sunday morning. I don't know, sometimes I do get lazy and take a bath or something on a Sunday morning, so I don't know, maybe easy like Sunday morning does work. Okay, so it doesn't actually, no, the position does not actually need to be added. I just need to spawn a button. What was my other spawn button that I had? It was not the grid space, it's just the button info. Of which I don't have button info here. I guess I could maybe roll some random button info then? Do I have something that does the button info? Hello, good to see you, Brainoid. I feel like it's been a while. Again, I hope you're settling in your new place well. Yeah, I don't know that I've seen much for Replicat updates on... How's my life without me? This is miserable. I'm in pain. I'm sleepy. I'm anxious. It's slightly better now that you're here. Although I'm gonna be disappearing more on my end here soon, so probably roll out a collection screen update tomorrow. As in like an end screen. I guess I haven't won the game yet, have I? I haven't seen what it looks like when you win. Yeah, I wasn't able to. My couple rounds of torso tennis, I didn't win that either. Oh, more of the achievement thing. Yeah, okay, the things you unlocked screen. Yeah, okay. Did you have the like things that are locked and then things that you can unlock? Yeah, okay, the collection on the main menu, yeah, that makes more sense than a end screen thing. Which is why you said the words collection screen and I just didn't pick it up there. You level up when you win or lose. Okay, so yeah, because I actually like those little side quests in Balatro, where it's like, oh, if you put a gold seal on a gold card, you get like an achievement or something. Although some of them are like, it's gonna take me a long time to get to the like add 30 of a certain suit. Like that's gonna take a while. So my question was button info. Did I have something that gets a button info? Let's get the button info. Let's initialize a button with the button info. And that's using the button info to initialize a button. What if I don't have the button info? A la this other one here. Oh, it's getting it from the button clone anyway, and then doing set color. Okay, wait, set color, initialize button. The set color is from the color manager here instead of the button info. I really just needed to spawn a random button. So maybe we just do that instead. I don't care how messy and ugly this code gets. I'm going to redo all of it once I understand how to play the game. Of which it feels like it's getting closer every time I mess with this. And yet I'm gonna disappear for a while. It's like, gosh dang it. New version of heavy hitting with the Easter eggs and mouse sensitivity sliders up. I did see that. I think I even liked the fact that the thing is up now. Yeah, that was the other. There was another game. Droplets State of Matter is out now too, and that's like another game from a local dev that has been worked on for quite a while. Yeah, it is 15% off. And I do like a 3D platformer. This definitely interests me. Yeah, I think this was in early access for quite a while. Yeah, I played Super Mario 64. Oh, I guess I didn't play some like Bomberman 64. This has a somewhat like early 3D platformer kind of vibe. Don't know how intentional that is exactly, but it's definitely what it feels like. So, said you didn't get to play enough of the games from Down to Jam. Yeah, same here. I was like, man, I should have played some more games from Down to Jam. That was right when Borderlands 4 came out, though, too, wasn't it? Or I forget what I was doing. I was doing something that was not Down to Jam. Okay, and then here, set color being the color manager and the number. I guess then it'll just set a random number. Was I passing in a color manager? No, I'm not passing in a color manager. Oh, set color manager. Not set color. That's what it is. Okay, we're just gonna follow what you're doing. Okay, there. That's what we want. Okay, there we go. So now I can just spawn a button. As in here, I can just say spawn button. So then that'll give me a button to add to the list for a deck of buttons. Now, which is still going to be kind of messy, but yeah, as in I kind of need to figure out a way to set the exact buttons that are in the deck as like the initial deck and stuff. So then the other thing is here I want spawn from deck. So then this would go loop through the deck. I guess they're not buttons. They should be just items or cards or whatever. Because ideally it'll be more than just buttons. It'll be a variety of random nonsense between bowling pins and buttons and whatever else. Okay, so for each item in the deck, then... Oh, I don't have a way to punch holes in the level now, do I? That's something I should mess with too. Oh, have you seen the latest version of Blanc there, Brainoid? Have you seen what I've been working with recently? As of yesterday, I was leading it to more of a, like, this is just a slot machine roguelike, but but you trace a pattern through the different items that are on the board. Oh yeah, the web version still has that issue. I don't know why it's so wonkety. Yeah, now it deletes the buttons as you press them too. Yeah, which it needs to clear. That's the other task I need to add, is that it clears the buttons after a round, instead of just adding more buttons. I'm glad that it can, but I kind of do need it to clear the buttons after a round. And I was running into some sort of weird bug where it just wasn't letting me place bumpers in certain places. Yeah, I do need to get it so that it does a sequence of gradually, progressively increases in number. Wow, they're all on the edge. This just sucks. This is, I can't. Yeah, and then, yeah, I needed to not put buttons right next to the pipe, and then I needed to also have a bit more. Yeah, it needs to, I don't know. That's the, I gotta tweak the numbers and stuff, but right now it's also harder to score sequences and stuff, and I'm thinking if you make it like a deck of things that you're adding to, that'll make it easier to score specific sequences of things. Okay, so then the spawn buttons is kind of what I'm looking at. Or rather, this spawn button with a spawn position and a parent grid space. This should just need the... Oh, it's because the initialize button has whatever parent grid space. Yeah, okay, that's why I was doing that funky thing. Although... Oh yeah, because I had to do this weird translated, but yeah. I need to redo everything badly, and the code would get a lot smaller, I think. So that I'm not doing dumb stuff like that. Okay. I was messing with... How do I get the button from the deck onto the board? Because it's not spawn the button, I'm not fully remaking a button, I'm just trying to position the button. It should be akin to like when you hold a button and place a button. So it's not holding it, but it's just... There, something like that, except for I'm not holding it, so I don't need to worry about held item. Oh, so then if I get rid of held item, so then button information I'm actually pulling from the item instead of the held item. And then I just need to figure out the grid space. which is spawn position. It's here. These are picking a position from this. There we go. Okay, so that is what I'm passing into. No, I'm getting a grid space. Okay, when I spawn these, I don't mess with the grid space when I spawn these at all? It feels like it should also have the grid space saying, okay, this has an item on top of it, right? Does it really not do that? Well, dagnabbit. But this gives me a position at any rate. I also have that list of grid spaces. It's just like I could do that, and then I don't know if that would also. These two things need to be compiled into one thing. Okay, we'll just do a selected grid space. So grid space, and nope. There we go, and then selected. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be a little sad yesterday because because when I went to bed, it did not have it as that I got the achievement for Twitch for rating 100 times with a couple viewers. But once I got up in the morning, it did update it, so I got one more Twitch achievement. And then there's just the one last one that I actually have control over, which is purchase a TwitchCon ticket. But ain't doing it this year. Already got plans. Plus it happens in like a month anyway. But that would be really fun. I think I would have a lot of fun at TwitchCon. That's what I'm thinking, is if I can scrape together some vacation time next year. I want to do some bigger conventions and stuff. Or at least I think TwitchCon would be a lot of fun. I thought this was still on fairly big mode, or did I shrink it again? I shrunk it again. So, the spawn deck is not happening. It's just spawning from deck. So spawn... No, okay, wait, what am I doing? Do spawn deck. No, wait, I had spawn level from deck, right? No, I just have spawn from deck. Whatever. There. Then we'll do another one of these here. Yeah, it's just gonna look more weird and more ugly, and that is fine. It's just like me. Gonna slowly get more weird and more ugly as I age. I'm gonna get really weird with it. Spawn deck. And then here, spawn the deck. And then also spawn from the deck. And then, yeah, all of these spawn the level are gonna need a... So now this is the buttons I'm swapping out with that. What? Why are you complaining about random at this point? Okay, and now this is getting more obnoxious immediately. Why is now the time to complain about random? Are you gonna make me do... No, the random I was using was the same random that I've been using, right? You just decided that now's the time. It's all broken and I gotta put Unity engine. Dot random. On the front of all of these. I don't even know what I did. I was like, that would make sense if I started this up and it said that. But it was only just randomly in the middle of this that it said that. Okay, these are all in fact Unity engine.random. I'm not using the other random and I don't know why it's decided that I have. Unless I have. No. I just missed one. Okie dokie. So now, will it explode? And then secondarily, will it do what I want it to do? It did not explode, and the deck is deck was just one thing, right? I forgot to have it actually loop through a bunch of things. Where was I again? Okay, the green is most likely the stuff I was messing with. Spawn from deck. Spawn deck is just deck.add a button. Okay, I forgot to loop through that for the deck size. Yeah, hand size. Yeah, you started typing some of this out for me, and then you just decided to stop. Yeah, I keep saying I'm not gonna stream for October, but I'm like... Oh, I just want to play some Borderlands 4 on Friday, though. I'm like, why not stream it? But yeah, I will not have time. Pretty much all of October. Yeah, and it's the like, okay, then maybe I'll actually do other things that'll be good and healthy for me. If I don't stream stuff. But it's a solid maybe. There's also a good chance that without the eyeballs, or the potential of the eyeballs, that I will do nothing. And that tends to be what happens. Is that without being watched, I do not accomplish anything at all. That appears to be a singular button. Excuse me. Were you all following the... They default to following the thing? Unless grid spaces is incorrect, and that's not the thing to use. And it was positions, and then I have to figure out a way to pull the grid space from the position, of which I very much should have an ability to do that, and I don't. No, wait, I had like a get the grid space. based on a position. Okay, so maybe we do that instead. Dagnabbit, it's like my gums feel like they're hurting just a little bit, and I'm like, I'm gonna be gone. I don't have an opportunity to go see somebody about this. Although I am hoping that it is just like I wore my mouth guard wrong one night, and it just poked something that it wasn't supposed to. Okay, so this is pick a random position, then get the grid space, then... Yeah, okay, so all of these are doing, yeah, positions. You're picking a position. Yeah, okay, then we do this thing again. Which is making me say, let's just do this. That's the spawn button I want to use, not this other spawn button. Meaning that this other spawn button is just not going to be necessary. Oh, and then this is the deck.add spawn button. Well, no, okay, wait, shoot, it needs to be just spawning random, like the deck, it's not until after. Okay, but this is not working to place the things. So how am I working it to do that then? Positions, remove. Yeah, it's instantiate at that spawn position. Yeah, I don't know why it's just been recently. There's been like a... I just feel like I get tired. I start up a stream and I'm like, nah, I'm tired. I'm not feeling it. It just... It has been kind of rainy and cloudy recently. I don't know if the like change in weather is also what's hitting me. And it's because I like rainy and cloudy. I'm like, I like this temperature. Like, this is a nice temperature where I can bundle up just a little bit, but I'm not like drowning in clothes. Or I'm not like super hot. And yet for some reason it might be because it's dark. It's getting dark earlier, so I keep thinking, oh, it's late and I'm tired. That very well could be it. That's most likely what it is, actually. It's just that it's gotten dark, and I'm like, it's bedtime. It's not bedtime, bud. It is not even 7 o'clock. Okay, is follow mouse is false. So why in the heck are the other buttons seemingly following the mouse? Okay, is it because of this, or is it the so that first button? Because that looks like it's always spawning at 0002. Or 000 also. There's not a 2, it's not a quaternion. Yeah. so that it's just... And you're following the mouse. The rest of the buttons are all following the mouse. Why are you all following the mouse? Oh, it defaults. So when a button is spawned, it defaults to following the mouse. That would make sense. So like here with the grid space stuff. Initialize button, false. Yeah, exactly. Initialize button, false, which is what I had. Ugh, god balls. Also ad break. I'll take it, sure, why not? Yeah, and that time I made the mistake of playing Balatro instead of TikTok. Okay. Why are you being such a bastard? Because I'm saying false here. Initialize that false at that selected grid space. The selected grid space should be pulling from the list of grid spaces, which should be... Okay, again, how was I doing this? This was based on I'm passing that in here. Then I also had that other stupid version that had like the translated thing that I was doing like a position. Yeah, there. I was just picking a position, getting the translated position to then get the grid space, to then pass it into here. And then I copied this over just earlier to then... Okay, yeah, the spawn from deck is where it's trying to get a grid space thing. Yeah, okay, so it should pick a position, and that translates it, and then it, instead of spawn button. Hopefully. You're doing the thing again. All of the buttons, except for the one, which is just... It's not initializing any of this correctly. Okay, so when you say initialize button at a certain grid space, spawn from deck, so spawn deck and then spawn from the deck. This should re-initialize the button. Why do you not seem to be doing that? Okay, you are getting to this spot in the code though, right? Item, sure, whatever. I just need to see if you are getting to this spot in the code, which I would assume you are, and I'm just doing it wrong. Because I do not know what I'm doing. All I know is I'm doing it wrong. Okay, and I did spell that wrong. So it is trying to initialize each of the items, which then you're deciding that when I say follow mouse and false, that means true. And that means put it just in that one position that is not any of these other positions, which should be some kind of flippin' position, you dumb... Okay, so... give me whatever this position happens to be. Selected... oh my goodness. Selected position. Okay, I need to stop trying to be a developer. I need to stop typing. I just need to be a console gamer. Just use a controller. Okay, well, it's going to be the translated position as opposed to the selected position, but whatever. Same idea. Not same difference, but same idea. Okay, 2, 3, 2, 4. Why are you both at 2, 2? 0, 2, 0, 2. It should remove it from the positions when you do the thing, though, right? It doesn't remove it from the positions, does it? Okay, positions dot remove. Not the translated position, the selected position. Again, for maximum confusion. Okay, well now that'll fix that problem, but that also doesn't tell me why the button is not initializing in a certain spot here. And why it's following the flippin' mouse. That's the confusing thing to me. I'm like, if they were all in the same spot, yeah, it'd be fine. The fact that you're overwriting it and following the mouse or something, except for this one button that decided, nah, I'm gonna not. Are there any that are trying to go to 0, 0, 0? No. None of y'all is trying to go to the source position anyway. Why are we doing this? So the button, when you spawn, prefab wise, you are follow mouse. No, don't. So then when I go here and I say follow mouse, it's just if something happens to be doing that, not that you are setting that immediately. Follow mouse, if follow mouse, and then set follow mouse. What do you fluffing mean? Here, when I spawn a button like I'm doing all these other different times, it's the same flippin' spawning button sort of thing. I say spawn button with a parent grid space. Initialize button false with whatever the parent grid space is. So, initialize button false. Don't follow the mouse with whatever the parent grid space is. What is changing this after the fact? 'Cause this seems to all be running. Is it the translated position? I needed the translated position for placing it, though, because that's exactly what I was doing here. With the... right? Parent grid space. Yeah, and that's where I was doing the translated position. It's passing in whatever this dumb translated position is. Okay, yeah, that one is the one that's like, it hits a collider, then pass that in. Is it because I'm translating it? That's not it, though, right? That's just... what do you fluffing mean? I'm following the same dumb dad-blasted mother-flippin' thing, you dumb dad-blasted mother-flippin' thing. Where'd the flippin' code go again? Okay, dude, this one then. I don't know. That's not gonna matter. That shouldn't be... It's following the mouse. That's the issue. I'm like, why did it decide after the fact? Where is it adding an ability to follow the mouse? Yeah, you just decide everybody's following the mouse. And it's like, that's not what I wanted. And I'm using the same kind of button spawning thing. False. It's flippin' false, you dumb flippin' piece of flippin' nonsense. Here, if I set it to true, I guarantee we're gonna try to reverse psychology. I want you to follow the mouse. And then you still follow the mouse. Why are you flippin' doing this? It's the same flippin' thing as the other flippin' thing. Why the flip would you flippin' do the flippin'... And then stop with the self-censoring. Stupid fucking goddamn piece of shit. I'm not up to that kind of mood, but I'm also just highly confused. I do this to myself every day. And then every time I think of Bart. It's like, you don't understand. I actually tried this time. He went from failing to really trying and got a D. I'm like, yep, that's how I feel. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm actually gonna give it a try this time. I'm gonna put in some effort, and it's only barely better. Okay, if I do... If I do this, if I say the button's not getting positioned at all, I feel the prefab doesn't have that passing in, and nothing else seems to say follow the mouse. Okay, so you are, that's just what your default is. So you're not initializing the button, you're getting to that piece of code. Okay, so deck.add spawn buttons. So let's not add anything to the deck. Let's not spawn any buttons. That is what is causing the buttons to spawn. And that is what is causing the buttons to spawn. So when the button spawns, what does it do? So I go here, it goes to here. It's instantiating a button. And the button clone, it gets the info from there. Sets the color manager and initialize the button to true. Why the fluffin' heck did I do that? Because I copied it from the other one that was doing that. Okay. And then it's button grid space is equal to grid space. And the button, no, okay. And that I also don't need. And held item I also don't need. Yeah, I was gonna say, this is the one that does not have any info getting passed in. Okay, I copy-pasted stuff and forgot to update it. Gosh dang it. Okay. This is like typing. I'm like, do not type fast. You are incapable of typing fast. Do not copy-paste code. You are incapable of remembering to update the code. I am not a fast person. I need to internalize this. I am not a smart person. I am not a tall person. See, and then you just keep going down. I am not a person. No. Gosh, the two parts of me. They fight all the time. The hyperbolic part of me just wants to say so many curse words and be so black and white. And then the nice part of me wants to have a bunch of nuance and improve my life. And then I waste so much energy fighting the mean part of me that wants to hold me down. I mean, that if we're talking the two wolves analogy, I have fed the the mean wolf for a long time, and it wasn't until probably like teens or 20s that I finally started feeding the nice wolf. So, although I don't know that I ever stopped feeding the mean wolf, so it's just they both have gotten bigger. Well, no, I think I have fed the mean wolf a little less. I don't know, I think it just toggles between. It's definitely still in there, and it's definitely still very hungry and angry. Okay. Why are you not setting its position now? Now that I've figured out what the heck I'm doing. I goofed it up so badly. Oh, now we do this. Instead of that. You still don't look like you're initializing the button position. You are not initializing the button position. Are you at 000? Caller at 000. Don't you have a debug? No, the debug's gone now. I got rid of it. Okay. Why the fluffin' heck are you not putting it at that position? Initialize the button is what is placing it at a position, right? No, that's just initializing what is on the button. Okay, then how am I positioning it? Why the heck am I passing in the fluffin' grid space position? Okay, so what the fluffin' heck is with the... Okay, spawn position. And then this is the one that's spawning based on the UI. So that here it needs to be instantiate instead of vector 3.0 is a position. Okay, wait, what is the other one? Oh, button info. That's spawn button info. Okay, wait, I'm getting the grid space, so then I don't need that. Why was I making this again as opposed to this? Because now I have a position, basically. So now this doesn't seem to be necessary. And this needs to actually be... Gosh, that seems... It feels like I waste so much time and so much work because I make a thing, I unmake the thing, and then I make the thing again. And that's what I end up with, the final answer. I say, I'm inspired by Plungeroo. Let's make a game like Plungeroo. Actually, I lied. Let's do this other thing. Oh wait, that doesn't seem to be working. Let's make a game like Plungeroo. Every time, I gotta go take a detour through some other side thing. And I keep telling myself that that's just part of the process, and I don't know if that's true or not. Okay, so initialize button is not actually true there. Okay, spawn position. So, what was I doing? This one? Yeah, okay, that's where I was doing select position and then get. Just tell me where that is. Okay, I do remember this one. I don't want to be old anymore. Just all sorts of weird aches and pains that I'm afraid are going to get worse and worse. And then I also don't put any effort into actually fixing it in terms of doing a flippin' phone call. There we go. Holy flippin' heck. Okay, it's back to what I had, where it wasn't flippin' super interesting anyway, but... Why are we listening to old Mike Poser stuff now? This... I'm not feeling this either. Gosh dang it. I'm not happy, Bob. I'm not happy. Why are you unhappy? I don't flip it, no! I keep trying to make it better, and it keeps not feeling like it's getting better. Oh, this... Okay, well, do this one. This is the one I wanted to listen to, but I figured 9,000 people is a bit much. Also, I'm not following on Bandcamp. And they don't appear to have it anywhere else. Well, let's see if Twitch gets mad at me for using this, because this is what I wanted to listen to the whole flippin' time. Maybe I don't throw it on stream music until after, because this one is right on the line of like, might be a bit much in terms of. Okay, so now that I got it flippin' doing the flippin' thing, now can I get it to flippin' do the flippin' thing where it flippin'... Yeah, like this. Okay, so it's a bunch of purple, and then when I reload it, as in spawn from deck again. Okay, so it's just here, spawn... Oh, and I am redoing this spawn level here. Okay, actually, I lied. Spawn deck should just be at the start, not here. So that you'll just be in start somewhere. This is all start, right? No, it's update. This is all start, right? That's all start. So you spawn the deck. What is this? Not spawn level, oh. Well then, spawn the deck when you spawn the level, I guess. That would make sense. Oh, which is this. Whatever, we're gonna just throw it here. It doesn't matter. Well, none of it matters. It's all gonna turn to dust anyway. Nothing. It just... I can't take that part of me seriously, but then there's also another part of me that's like, well, then what does matter? What actually does matter? And it's like, I'm flipping, I don't know. And then I just get stuck. I'm in the middle of a tug of war, like, and I just don't go anywhere, and it takes all sorts of energy. That's the issue. Okay, so now... That's a bunch of threes. Can't... Oh, wait, duh. So that should just get me a sequence. That 4 didn't score. Excuse me, what the flippin' heck? Why didn't that score? Okay, do I have enough bumpers to hit that 5 and then also go that way? No, I don't have enough bumpers. Can I go back the other way though? So can I do that and then... I need to... Okay, let's just get rid of these 3s then. So there. 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 Oh, now it scores the 4. Why did it not do it the first time? Okay, then there. 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 And there. Okay, and then it tried to do this. What? Selecting a new position? When the button deletes, it's supposed to reset the position thing, right? Or no? That's what the problem was the positions, not anything else? I was... Dagnabbit, dadgummit. Okay, where is the deleting a button? Let's just do erase. So no, that's not it. So the button, when you say, hey, I'm erase, you destroy, and that is... Okay, try that again. Who's the other one? Oh, when it's pressed, it erases. Did this really seriously not go back to the game manager? This is not an action that goes back to the game manager to say, hey, a button was pressed? Wait, how in the flippin' heck am I flippin' doing the flippin' score then? Yeah, there we go. On pressed, invoke. This. So then on pressed. So where's on pressed on the game manager? I wish to impress upon this that on pressed, press button should oh, and I guess okay, so press button rather here, so instead of erase here. So now I want it to erase the button here. That's the scoring? The scoring is under the button. It feels like it should be a different method that says that. Okay, so now here. Maybe we actually do some comments. So erase button. Oh, I guess I am saying check the scoring. Okay, and the way I had it erasing the button was just destroy after a certain delay. Okay, wait. How are... I already had an erase though, right? I had the erasers, like when you right click it and stuff. I also had the like when you move the button. Didn't that? So no, this didn't take into account positioning. Goodness me, this is so done goofed. Okay, I could do positions. I guess it would be add the buttons. Yeah, so it does have a button. The button. Grid space? Get grid space? You have a grid space that you can get at, right? Or no, you have a position. Something, right? It's like get the position for the button. Set number, get number, set color, get color, set color manager, reset. Does this not actually have a position? How did I get this far with it actually not having a position? Because you don't actually have like a parent object that would make more sense for it to have a grid space and a parent grid space. You don't have a get grid space. And it's not a public, or is it? didn't seem to be. Okay, so we'll do a get grid space. Oh, these are all public. Oh, I have a public void erase, but that isn't really. No, not so grid space, and then get grid space. Was that Ed's saying Ed started, or was it saying Ed's finished? Return grid space. Okay, now in the game manager, I can say get the grid space. How in the heck was I adding and removing them earlier if it wasn't doing this? Okay, and the grid space has some kind of position, right? You have to have a position. Location. It's a public location. Which maybe could be a getter or something. I don't flip it though. Okay, that was ads. Time to go lie down and get distracted. Actually, I should drink some water and stuff too. Yeah, I keep eyeballing my water bottle suspiciously because I'm like, I keep seeing like, it looks like dirt or mold or something. And I keep scrubbing it off and I keep seeing it. It's like, I don't know if that's also causing me problems. I've got problems. I do not have the kind of love it takes to solve them. Okay, it was ads. I will go take a break. It is funny how the roller coaster looks kind of boring when it's in the flat mode, and then it does look a lot more interesting when it's in the 3D mode. What was I doing? I was trying to see if when I erase a button, it'll add it back into the positions. And then here, it should actually just erase the button, of which the button had that as a public method anyway, so then I guess I could do that. So then button dot erase. And then I had it at a certain amount, just something like that. Just enough to let it play the audio before it disappears. Why did you do that? Okay. So I have a button. I have a blue button. I have a yellow button. And green button. Oh, I have a bunch of yellow 2s there. Oh, I can't hit both this and that. Well, actually, if I do that, I can. Yeah, again, I don't know exactly how fiddly this is. Oh, I wanted to get rid of that one there, too. There we go. Now I can do that. This doesn't seem super fiddly, but... That didn't score? Why? Some of these buttons seem like they're not scoring. Why are you doing this to me? Why am I doing this to me? That's the more accurate. I don't want to say it like that, despite the fact that it's more accurate, but... Why am I doing this to me? Let's do that. And then I can also, because that'll clear out a bunch of stuff. It won't give me a sequence, but that gives me lots of space for these ones. Yeah, I could do that, and then that. And then that. No, what do you mean? I was trying to initialize it, destroyed. Huh? The position? It needs to just re-instantiate that position. It's the button pressed. Good luck with Punk, gonna head to bed. Seems early. I thought you're usually like 2 in the morning, not 1:30. But thank you. Have fun sleeping. Thank you for the hydrate. It's a good idea. I have been noticing that when I take a break for the whatchamacallit, I tend to hydrate off screen. So, oh, I did forget about the message earlier of barely getting any sleep last night. I should have been yelling at you a whole bunch to go sleep. I forgot. Go sleep. There we go. Now I can yell at you to go sleep. Sleep is very important. Go sleep. I say as I shave off an hour for playing Borderlands 4, but still, that was only shaving off an hour instead of like sleeping for 4 hours. And even when I do that, I tend to say, okay, no, I'm not going to drive this weekend or stuff like that. Is that a little paranoid? Am I babying myself? Yes, but did I also wreck my car in the middle of the night? Partially because I was tired. Yes. But there was a good chunk of that it was just super icy. So that's probably a little where my paranoia of being sleepy while driving. There's also somebody I know who was like, oh yeah, there was a friend in high school that I had that fell asleep and drove into oncoming traffic and died. So it doesn't help my I don't even like driving. Driving is not a fun thing. It's a scary thing for me, and I do it for an hour every day. Or 2 hours, rather. I do it for 2 hours every day. At least the roads that I'm driving on now are less populated. When I was going between two major cities, that was a lot. I mean, you're still on a highway, so it's not too bad, but it's going from city to city sort of driving. Well, and it's also trying to avoid the traffic, so you're leaving super early in the morning. Like now, I just sort of tank the, like, 5-10 extra minutes. No, it's just like 5 minutes of, like, school traffic and stuff. I don't know, maybe I guess I could get 10 minutes back in my day if I left super early. But that's one of those, like, I have to completely... I'd have to shift everything by, like, an hour just so that I could get 10 minutes back in my day. Which doesn't sound great. And then it would also be like, it's time for bed now, so that I can go to bed by 8 so I can get up by 4. Which doesn't sound all that great. 8 o'clock would seems like it would be such an early bedtime. I sleep from about 9:30 to like 6 is my typical. If I were left to my own devices, it'd be about 9:30, 10 o'clock to like 6. Well, I don't know. As a kid, it was like 9:15 to 5:15, like almost exactly on the dot. Now it's closer to 9 to 5. The fluffin' heck, you should be putting something back in here, right? What is the thing that it's putting back in here? Unless the grid space is never having its location set, which could also be a thing. Okay, this is button, grid space, location. Yeah, I was trying to think of like timelines. I was looking at the timeline for Balatro, and that was very end of 2021 until releasing, I guess, in 2024? When was the release date for Balatro? Or Balatro? Okay, February 2024. So very end of 2021. And then a 2-year development cycle, basically, for 2022, 2023. Yeah, and I'm trying to think of like what I would want for a development cycle on this. And right now, I'm sitting at... What am I? Wait, April, mid-April. So May, June, July, August, September. So 5 months. Thereabouts. And I want to get the Steam page up before the end of the year. Although I'm going to lose a month this coming month here. So it would be November. It's feeling more possible, though, to get it up before the end of the year. So that it would be next year, spend the entire year working on developing it, and then release it. I don't know. It'd also be, I'd be curious to see how long it would take me to get through this if I were working full-time on this versus this part-time couple hours. It would probably still take me quite a while. This is not the simplest of games. I don't know. And then seeing something like Unfair Flips, it's just like, that doesn't look like it took them all that long to make. And I have something like Idle Dice Roller that feels like it would fit very much into the same kind of, just a very simple game made quickly. You know, also idle game too. Yeah, I even have that, Where's Waldo? Most of a Where's Waldo that I made as well. I've got all sorts of things that I don't think it would take me too long to finish. That's the frustrating thing, because that's kind of what I wanted to do with leave my job and work on games, was work on a project for a while, realize that the timeline wasn't going to work out, and then just rush a couple things out the door and see how they do. I mean, I have so much built-in pessimism. I really need to work on that. Every time I assume, okay, here's what I'm going to do, it's this built-in, like, and then the response is the negative. Okay, this was just the... I'm back into yap mode. That's why I'm gonna be sad without the streaming. This is my only form of social life. I say that, and I'm like, I talk to my coworker a lot nowadays. But that has only been the past, like, a few months. And that's one person. Maybe two people. Okay, so when I do this... no, I can't score the greens. Good. No, I can't score the yellows either. Can't score reds. I can't. Yeah, because I can't get it going back that way. To score the fours. Yeah, I think I have too many things here. I need to cut down the number of colors and cut down the numbers, so that these are a little easier to chain together. I could hit two of the twos. Also, is this too complex right now? That's the other question. Okay, well, I don't remember what I was trying to test here. I was trying to test if I... Okay, no, it's just it. Why is it doing that? Oh, it's when it goes to a new round, right? Which is if you score enough. Okay, so if I do this, this, that, and that, that'll clear those out, so then I can score all of the purple threes, of which a double sequence should score pretty well, right? Button, grid space, location, 0, 0, 0, 0. Or 0, 0, 0. Meaning it's not getting set. Okay, that's what that's saying. Wasn't that some... I thought when if I think what I thought. Wait, so they take what we thought makes us think what we thought, I think. That's not even the correct quote. Man, I was looking back at the last Borderlands stream, and it said 11 different times that I thought were clippable. It's like, wow. Although that's partially. I think a couple of those I hit the button a couple times, so. But that's still probably a good, like, 8 clips. Which is a whole heck of a lot more than usual. It's because I'm remembering to press the button a little more. And then I just gotta figure out a way to do automatic caption stuff. So the video's a little more interesting. Okay, what the fluffin' heck was I fluffin' doing? I was fluffin', flippin', making sure that the buttons, when it gets initialized, the okay, spawn grid. Okay, spawn button. Where is spawn button? There. It's passing in a grid space. Initialize button with a parent grid space. Okay, this should be as if follow mouse. Okay. That's parent grid space, but that's not its grid space. So I'm using the, so when I try to say get the grid space information from here, there is no grid. God, balls, what the fluffin' heck was I doing with this? Why do I have parent grid space and grid space? I would think I was separating them because I was... I'm not using any of it. Okay, so let's just grid space. It's the grid space that the button exists in. It's none of this parent grid space nonsense. This is just the grid space that this exists in, and I want to set it to... Okay, it's gonna have a lot harder time following the mouse. Except for when it's not gonna have a hard time following the mouse because okay, yeah, I'm still gonna need it to do the follow mouse and like actually put it on the board somewhere too. Or at least I still want to have that be an option of like you can tweak the board by moving things around or adding stuff and all that. Oh, it's silly 3 is gonna make me score that to then try scoring these. No, not necessarily. I could do this and then that, and then that, and then that, and then I don't need to worry about wasting a ball getting rid of the 3. Why did you not score the greens? Gosh dang it. Why is it being inconsistent? No, inconsistent is the worst. When it's like, okay, that was a little weird. Or when it does the wrong thing consistently, that works, but this is doing the wrong thing. I want to score those blues, but that's... the ones, maybe? Is there any way I can clear that out to get at the ones? Okay, we're gonna just do that again. Why are you doing this to me? Why am I doing this to me? Because I hate you. Oh. Yeah, that would track. Ah, dagnabbit. Okay. Where was the... No, I had a debug that was saying whether this was a thing or not, right? Button grid space location. Button grid space location. Okay, the button grid space location is actually accurate now. So why the fluffin' heck are you not doing the fluffin' thing? Also, why am I just so incompetent? That's what sucks, is it's not an effort thing. It's not like I'm not putting in the effort. I just continue to not understand or get better or... And I continue to say that I'm incompetent. That's not strictly true either. What do you fluffin' mean? Okay, 2-string then? I didn't do that on the other one though, right? Oh, it doesn't exist yet. That's why. Oh, I sneezed my way into too much of a thing. Okay, there. And now we're trying to figure out what I'm passing into this other thing that it says it doesn't exist. Or something like that. It's saying get grid space? At that position? There should still be... It's not deleting the grid space. It's just the grid space being attached to the flipping thing or not. Okay, then you, and then you, and then you. Grid space location. What? Why does that look... Oh, you are choosing a new position, and then trying to get that position. No, you're selecting it from the list of positions. And then this is finding that and then returning it. So you're saying you're returning, you can't find that grid space. Why not? Dagnabbit, you dumb mother flippin' why? I don't even fluffin' remember what I was fluffin' doing. I mean, I guess I could just reposition the buttons instead of deleting them entirely. But then I still have to figure out the grid space parenting thing. But you're saying you can't find the grid space. Why? The position is a valid position. Why in the heck would you not be able to find that? Right? Unless you're saying the item in the deck get component button. Oh. Wait a second. I am deleting the button, aren't I? Okay, no. That's why I need to teleport it away. It's not getting deleted. It's put into a discard pile. Okay, erase the button is rather... Okay, discard button. Okay, so now the... So you're not adding a position, none of that. Okay, so the button... Position. Transform. Well, okay, wait. The I don't know, whatever. Okay, so you're just gonna be whatever your position was, just negative like 2 or 3 or something. Just hide it under the board. At 22, that'll be too obvious. So hopefully this will hide it under the board, basically. Should all go into some kind of discard or something, but that's okay. Or behind the camera or something. Whatever, it can go under the board for now. Okay, so I hit the... So they disappear. Now can I score a sequence? Enough to... So if I do that. And then I do that, and then that, and then that. Does that give me a sequence to score? Well, I gave myself a new problem. Positions. Did it remove it from the positions when it erased it? You're not erasing the button or anything anymore though, right? Yeah, it's only if you use the eraser, but I'm not doing the eraser right now. It just should be discarding the button. Which, hiding behind the camera is the better idea. But that's okay. But why is... You're saying positions doesn't have anything in it anymore? What do you mean positions is empty? Positions.remove selected position. Okay. So then... But again, it's removing it from this list of selected positions. Oh, I guess... Okay, if it used up all the positions and then it used up all the positions again. Or, well, okay, if it went through the whole list of positions and removed all of them, eventually it would in fact hit 0. Okay. Which is why I needed the... shoot. So what did I have for this? Okay, no, I do need to positions add. It needs to add the position back into that list of positions. I just needed to not delete the thing. Or other way. There we go. I just realized I haven't done FTL in forever either. Gosh, it'd be so nice to just stream some stuff. I could finish some Dishonored 2, I could finish some FTL. I know there's even stuff that I started and never finished, like Little King Story and Transistor and stuff. Transistor I tried to get into a couple times and couldn't get into it. The Little King Story was the same thing. Both games that I want to like, and they just were not doing it for me for some reason. Yeah, it's like if I do this and then that, and then that, and then that, and then that, it's like, okay, no, this is too many. Because then I gotta do another one there and then there. I want to get a list of 3s. I can't do the 1s either because the 4 is in the middle. 3s are the ones to go for, but I don't really see... a way to... Yeah, because it's why I have to go. Okay. So can I get rid of that 6? No, because it has to go over the 3 because of all this other nonsense. Okay, so we do this, and then that, and then that. And just clear some space. Okay, then that lets me get at the... there. To clear that out of the way. Yeah, this doesn't feel too fiddly. Feels fiddly, but not too fiddly. And then there, that's a sequence of 3s. Gosh dang it! Stop! Just refresh it based on the deck of things. What do you flippin' mean the positions don't have any more flippin' things? You're looking at this specifically. What the flippin' heck is with the... Okay. God balls. See, that's the thing. It's like I doubt anybody likes the performative anger, and yet I continue to do it because I like doing performative anger. Maybe I should just... And that's why I should be more like a goblin or something. Then I could really lean into doing performative anger. I don't know. I mean, it's even... There's grump and not so grump. Who are the game grumps? Okay, what in the flippin' heck was I flipping? I was just flipping, trying to see. Okay, so if I just roll random stuff here. No, it is only when it tries to go to the next thing. When it tries to score the next thing. Can I score reds at all? No, it's the ones on the corners. It likes to put them on the corners and make it so that you can't score anything. I can score 2s. So there, there, and there. Okay, then positions is just a list of balls. I wanted to count. Also, I see the... Okay, can I do the rest of the stream without any kind of anger, performative or otherwise? So when I want to run into a problem, I take a deep breath. And yawn. And then do what I was doing. Confusing myself. Shoot. It's like these reds look like they want... Oh, wait. I can just score the 1s. Why are you letting me do that? Also, why are you letting me move that? No, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I could still move the buttons. Why is that back as a thing? No! Just stop. No, wait. We're not being angry either. But please, I want... Now I do nothing. That's the problem. It's just... I can stop myself from not going in the wrong direction, but I cannot push myself in the right direction. That is the big problem. I want to score those 4s. Let's see. I can clear the 4s and then score the 1s instead, I guess. There. So that'll clear the 4s. And then I can score some of these 1s. Okay, positions 0. Positions... You should be adding to the positions again. When a button gets removed, it should add to the positions again. It is removing the button. Button grid space location. So when it says button grid space location, okay, that's the wrong thing there, but okay, let's just say discard button. Discard button. Okay, now when I score a thing, okay, so we just clear that out just to clear some stuff out. Then I can score the 2s. Oh, there's lots of 2s I can score, but we're just gonna score these Sprite flavored ones. Discard button. This is a position there. Okay, do I have a list? Like, it's 7? There, 12, 11. It's 12? Okay. No, wait, because that's starting. It's starting with 12 positions? Shouldn't it be starting with... Okay, but then there's also a discard button. Should be adding back to the positions. There's so many positions here. What do you mean that there's none? And then positions dot add this thing. Discard button, discard button. It should be adding back to... Okay, well then tell me how long is the positions when I add it back to here. This should be bigger because I am adding to the list of positions. Should. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like if I don't stream tomorrow, that lets me fill out the Patreon a little easier, because that'll take half an hour to do. And then I'm not streaming on Thursday no matter what. But that does leave Friday. That does leave the weekend, possibly. And that does leave... And then that's about it. I don't really seem to be able to score a sequence here. Okay, we just... Yeah, I just want a quick, easy... Let's just score a sequence. So you, and then... Yeah, you, you. Oh, it didn't. That's score. That was oranges. I have it. It should be scoring based on color, too. Color and number should both be scoring. Can I score 4s easily? Okay, let's clear out those 1s then, so that I can score the 4s. As in, we just cleared that one. Just need you to get out of the way, so that then I can score the 4s this way. There. So now... Why is it starting with 12 positions, too? It's like, what? Spawn from deck, positions dot count. It's like, shouldn't it be all of the positions? Which should be, that's more than 12. How did I done goof this so badly? Okay, all I was trying to check is to see if it was adding the flippin' position back into the flippin' thing. Yeah, okay. Performative anger or otherwise. Positions. I think I have 2 versions of that same thing. It's, okay, no, add position. Or added position. That's really all I'm trying to check. It's just that it added a position. Yeah, the chill vaporwave was a good idea. I know, bugger off. I should think about going to bed too, dagnabbit. Okay. I'm not seeing... I am seeing an easy sequence to score. Okay. How are you deleting all the positions again? Like, what are you, you're not putting anything anywhere. You're just deleting all the positions. Added position. Why is it just deleting all of the positions? Spawn from deck. You pick a thing, for each item in the deck, it should be adding back into the added position. Why is it starting at 12 as well? That just seems flipping weird to me. Yeah, because then it goes down to 1. Somehow doesn't explode. Which I guess then here, positions is 3. Because it added those 3 positions. Okay, why is it going down to 1 in the beginning? Why is it starting at 12 and going down to 1? When it should be starting at like 20 flipping 4 or something. And the fluffin' heck is messing with this. Spawn grid is adding that list of positions. Based on width and length. It's a 5x5 grid, so shouldn't there be 25 positions by the end of it? Not flippin' 12? Oh, wait, am I... Okay, why do you have a flippin' position at the beginning? That's what I was trying to get rid of you having a flippin' position at the beginning anyway. This does not need to be... Parent grid space. Okay, why? What was I doing with the flippin' grid space on this thing again? Holy... I'm not stupid. I just did not plan anything. Secondarily, if I planned anything, I did not follow through on the plan. So, therefore, make a plan and follow the plan. That is all you need to do. Does the button not have a grid space? It's because I'm trying to say that it's attached to some kind of grid space. Which it's... When you spawn it... no, I can say no. Why am I doing this? When I spawn the button initially... This. When I spawn... Not the spawn buttons. The other one. Deck.add. This one, this deck add one, does not need either of these things. Which is, I think, also no, because this is not removing from the positions. I mean, it doesn't need it. But that should not be removing from positions. Unless when I say spawn button, that is what's removing it from the positions. Okay. So just pass in nulls. You're looking for like a vector 3 or something? Yeah, okay, so then we say vector 3.0, except that's not gonna vector 3 dot... down, maybe? Okay, and then that. So just spawn the buttons inside of the grid. Or rather, spawn them where they can't be seen, then after the fact. Yeah, okay, because you're not attached to some kind of position, right? So spawn button. Positions.remove spawn position. I don't think it's even in the list, meaning now it's gonna explode. Okay, so this is why I needed it to be a different spawn button, is because it doesn't have any position info. Okay, so now we do a different spawn button. It does not have anything. God balls. So then we make the mistake of copy pasting and saying, okay, I do. Okay, so now this spawn position for this is vector 3 dotted down. The button. Yeah, okay, you could set that. Do not initialize the button. That is not happening. And then that does not need to be there. And that does not need to be there. That does not need to be there even. Because that's not adding it to the deck. So now, when I say spawn deck and I say spawn button, do that. Okay, and then it's not gonna initialize the button correctly or something? Now let's see what explodes. Because somehow 10 years in, I am a junior developer who does not think before I code. I just watch the thing explode. Okay, so now there are 10 buttons that are all at 0, -1. Okay. But when I spawn the deck, it should pull it out from the initial deck spawning location and place it on the board. Okay, so then here, spawn from deck should now pull from that position to then initialize the button at this position, which I think is like, so when this initialize button does not have the okay, that really should be when you initialize the button, the transform dot position of this is equal to the grid space dot location. Okay, so now it should pull out the 10 buttons from the deck and place them on the board. Maybe. Good golly gosh, that is not it. Because then I didn't translate between the two different things. This does not have a cube size though, right? Great. That is the right grid space location though, right? It's just the transform. Okay, well now, because again, I'm still doing it badly. It's a sketch, it's a sketch, it's a sketch. So now the so yeah, like when I do spawn button with a spawn position and a parent grid space is where I'm doing this. Then it's the whatever the button, the item. So this is the item dot transform dot position is equal to that new location that it just picked. So now hopefully this will just shuffle this inside of the grid where you can't see it, and then shuffle it back out. Okay, there. It's all on the grid. So now if I score a sequence, can I score some threes? Yes, if I clear some space. Okay, it didn't explode, and then it repositioned. It repositioned the threes. Again, in a way that I can't score them easily, but it repositioned them. I can't score the ones either. I can't get rid of that. Okay, so if I do that and clear that, then I can score the ones. So there, then I score the ones. Oh, and I didn't hit a new round. Okay, but a lot of these buttons are just hidden, yeah. Oh, no, I guess they're hidden inside of their positions, but whatever. And now I just straight up can't score enough. Okay, so now, can I cut down on the numbers and colors enough to score sequences a little easier? Let's see if I do this and that. There. Doesn't score the 2s, but it does score the 4s. Did that reposition everything? Which is what I want. I just want it to reposition everything. Ooh, I can just score the 2s. No, it didn't. Or did it? No, it rolled over to the next round. I can't score those. I can score those 2s, actually. Then it does this! I'm like, why does it... Oh! Does the clear bumpers not refund my bumpers? Clear bumpers does not refund my bumpers, does it? That's where it was trying. Okay. Yeah, okay. Clear bumpers destroys the bumper. Bumpers that clear, which then also set the not the max, but the Gnome bumpers or something. Is it Gnome bumpers, or is that the one that's... It is just Gnome bumpers, okay. There. Okay, so that's what it was, is I just had some phantom bumpers still. Okay, because that was actually like a good round there. I was scoring fairly well. And now I get another one of these where it's like there's nothing that connects. And there's too much stuff. There's too much variety. I need less colors and less numbers. Yeah, because I can't easily clear anything out of the way either, to then give myself an opportunity to score. No, okay, so I can do this and clear out these things. Then I can do that and score the reds on the edge. Okay, and Gnome bumpers is set back down to that. Oh, if this were not in the way, I could score the 3s, which I might just do that then. Not that I need to do that, and probably shouldn't. So then there and there. Are you rolling new buttons? Is it reinitializing buttons? Are there hidden buttons? Are some of the buttons not getting set again? There is a hidden button. Are you... Yeah, you're the 3 that I was looking for. Why are you still hidden? Seems odd. Oh my god, I'm sorry I clicked on anything. Oh, if I could access that 3, that would give me a nice sequence to score, but I can't. So I won't. Oh boy, I could spend a lot. I could spend a couple of balls making it so I could score the greens, I guess. No, that's, I gotta get rid of 3 different things there. Okay, let's just restart it and try again. Okay, I'm looking at 5 blue. Wait. Wait for what now? What am I waiting for? The end? You're sorry you weren't here? Why are you sorry you weren't here? Like, there's no obligation for... Oh, duh, I can score the blues that way easily enough. Why are the sequence... No! It's just so much where it seems like it works, and then so much where it doesn't. Okay, so we cleared these. Although, are you sorry you weren't here just because you were curious how this is coming along? Of which it is. Surprisingly. It's feeling like it's becoming more of a thing. Okay, again, I'm missing one of the buttons, but it did refresh this deck of buttons. So that's good. That's what I wanted. I do think this deck of buttons needs to be a lot easier to score, though, initially. Which is either I need to make the initial scoring, like, super easy, or I need to make this set of buttons useful. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say there was 5 blue, and you're a 5 blue? 6 blue, rather. So why is one of them not resetting its position correctly? Okay, and it is 8:30. It's gonna take forever for it to package up a web build, though. Yeah, and I guess that's another thing I could do, is just I could do posting on social media if I'm not focused on doing development and stuff as well. As much as I keep making builds, I don't know that I can show this off super easily. Oh, wait a second. It's another... Okay, yeah, no, that. Yeah, it's another game dev meetup weekend. And I can actually attend, and I have something to show off that I would love to get some feedback on. We'll see if that happens. Yeah, at least last couple times I've been there, it's been less showing stuff off and mostly just talking about the state of the industry or the state of other people's projects. And not as much showing off where people are at. But I think that there's also a push of like, okay, this is the thing that I have on. And bugger off. Oh, and I should probably put like a Windows build on a laptop instead of just relying on a web build that may or may not work because of the... if there is internet at the place. You never explained why you were sorry that you weren't here. I guess I feel flattered, but again, I don't expect anybody to be here. This is the expectation for me is that I have the possibility. I don't even have to have eyeballs. I just have to have the possibility of eyeballs so that I can focus on doing anything. I say it as if I can't focus on doing things in the meantime, but I think a lot of it is just I went from school where I cared about school and I like learning to doing stuff as an adult, and I'm like, I don't want to do a job. I don't want to work for a living. That sounds like it sucks. I have no inherent... And I don't know, even if I cared a little bit more about the subject matter. Well, no, I lied. I guess there was that first initial job straight out of college where I was doing like a fashion app startup. And that I enjoyed a lot. It was just a bummer that I didn't get paid, but I did enjoy making that. Yeah, so I guess if I do care about the outcome of the thing, which is really just entertainment. Because I say, like, oh, it'd be education and entertainment would be the fields that I would want to go into, but technically I'm in education right now because I'm making military training software, and that also just does not... because it's the end goal of, like, the military that makes it so that I don't want to anything. Also, hello, thank you for the hydrate. Right before the ads hit. Thank you for the quack in there as well. It is a little funny seeing quack, because that like old initial username was Quacko. Oh, I could have paused the ads. Whatever. I'm just gonna let them run because it's just a web build anyway. And then do I want to yap my way? Or do I want to sit? Nah, we'll just... Oh yeah, it's been 2.5 hours and all I've done is lie down for a couple minutes of that. I guess that's the secondary reason why I'm like, okay, let's lie down. I mean, it also helps that I have a nice spot to lie down next to me here too. Because the intention was I had like an extra guest bed. So, kind of supposed to be turning that into like a second couch, and it really just is another bed. But because it's right next to my computer, it's like, oh, we'll just lie down for a minute or two. Or technically 3, rather. Yeah, that's another thing. I gotta turn that hello into a plunk. Yeah, this does actually have the occasional download on itch. Oh, yeah, I didn't do it's because I'm not on a break, but I'm just so used to being on a break while watching it, but I'm just gonna yap while the web build happens. Yeah, I got it. It's because the game looks pretty similar every time that it's a little hard for me to say, oh, let's do yet another thing on social media. And then you can go here. Oh, no, I uploaded it already. I can hit save. I can refresh that. I've had a lot of people tell me that the idea is cool, but I don't know if I've had anybody that's like, holy heck, that sounds like a ton of fodder. That looks super cool. Okie dokie, and break is over. So we're gonna kill the roller coaster there. So there's 4 reds, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 3 greens, 1, 4, and 4. There's a 2 and a 3 in yellow, a 2 and a 4 in orange, and a 2 in blue. So when I do can I score the 2s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can. Okay, and then it was a 2 and a 3 in yellow, 2 and a 4 in orange. So it did reset all the positions. I don't know that it needed to reset all of the positions. And then it is hiding one of them. I'm like, why is one of them not getting refreshed? That's just weird to me. Oh, I could maybe score the reds? And maybe I can't tell if the color sequences or not. Oh, and then because the number's higher, I gotta score twice. That's just a lot harder. The 2s? It's always the ones on the corner that just make it like nearly impossible. Because then even if I cleared those, that'd still be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, wait. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no, I could score the 2s. Let me clear these out. Oh, I forgot to clear that out. Okay, I lied. So that clears everything. So we'll see if this refreshes the deck. And then that. Hey! Okay, so that one red one is still... do I keep the same coaster every stream? No, it's a different coaster every time, and that's one of those upgrades that I want to do for the coaster, is the fact that it takes me a little bit to refresh it into a coaster that'll actually work for the stream. And I'm like, okay, I need to find a better way to like either generate the coaster or make it so that I can alter the points on the coaster. Well, and there is an extend command too that you could just keep mashing to put a coaster all over the screen there. And now you're gonna end it, because I was like, I'm pretty much calling it quits on the stream here. I did this web version, and don't worry about it. Well, it is where is it now? It's oh, and then yeah, this is round 3, so I have to be like, oh, I guess I can score the 4s here. Yeah, and I do have more bumpers. It does score that 2 that I don't really want to score, but the quacks in the middle there too. Okay, yeah, I was like, why is the pipe being funky? Oh, it's... That's weird. Okay, whatever. It's an easy way to score just the 2s. Not an easy way, but there's a way to score just the 2s. Yeah, okay, you just don't have enough to properly score for the last one. I'm thinking I might need to change the sequences to just be pairs. So like it doesn't, like it just goes up over time. Okay, but now this gives me the ability to show me the deck. That's what you were just looking at there. Is ooh, okay, so this one should be really easy to score. Yeah, but now it's giving you the same set of buttons every time, so that you can in the future, after a successful scoring round. There's one of them that disappears. I don't know why one of them disappears. Although it is kind of funny. You just want me to whip out my deck and show it to you? The first message in the stream. Just whip out your deck and show it. Where's the deck? Right now it is just this set of buttons is the deck, essentially. I'm saying deck as much as it's the same thing for like Luck Be a Landlord, where it's like it doesn't really look like a deck of items because they're not like cards necessarily, but this is essentially what you're doing is building, yeah, a roguelike deck builder. So that's it's very much a slot machine roguelike, except for instead of it just automatically scoring. Right now, I think I can. It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to let you move them around. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I think I want that to be like an upgrade that you can do, is to move them around. Yeah, okay, because that thing was giving me greens just right off the bat. Oh shoot, no, I want it to just score the 2s. Boy, there's some interesting problems in this, which I'm very happy about. And then I can score the greens. Okay, yeah, now I just don't have enough to score the final set there. So either the sequences need to be easier to score, or, well, then it's about the upgrades, and you need to actually upgrade to. Oh, and that was the question: is can you move them around? And yes, you're not supposed to be able to move them around, but. And yes, you can post a link. You may post a link. There we go. You may post a link. A clip of me saying it. Oh, that is one that I would have liked to clip. Oh, and yeah, no, I can. Oh, that's what it was. It's like I was thinking of not streaming tomorrow because doing the Patreon update, then I have a little more space to do that. And then I won't be streaming on Thursday. And then I will be taking off to not be streaming for quite a while. So that was why I was like, okay, maybe I just don't stream all of October. But I like it. That's the thing. I'm not forcing it. Yeah, quite a while. Yeah, basically all of October, I will not be streaming. This first week here, I'll be very tempted to, but the rest of October, I will not be streaming. You can't leave us. I'll be visiting family. I'll be hanging out with my parents. Or rather, I'll be on vacation. So, not as much for streaming. Celebrating Halloween all month. maybe like it's what I was gonna say. I wish, but then I'm like, I like horror movies. I don't necessarily love horror movies, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun to hang out with my parents for a while and do a vacation. Although I'm thinking I really need to. I'm at the age that I want to figure out my own vacations. I'm like, TwitchCon is happening in the middle of October, and I'm like, it'd be fun. I would have fun going to TwitchCon, but it's not happening this year. That's the thing, too, is like, talking to my dad, he has twice as much vacation time that I do. So for me, doing a vacation with them wipes out literally all of my vacation time. And I would like to do my own vacations. It's like basically just more conventions. Yeah, I gotta look at the feedback on that MagFest thing again, which I think was really just like, this is not ready. This is not far enough along, which I knew that, but I was partially using that submission as a deadline, and then partially like I just didn't know. Yeah. Should put your foot down. Well, the thing about the vacation, it's like when they are gonna pay for a lot of it and they're gonna plan the whole thing, like it's hard to say no. It's like I just have to show up for the most part. I mean, yeah, I pay for some of this stuff, and it's also like hanging out with my parents too, and my aunt. I'll be going with my aunt too. So it'll just be it's there's so many benefits of like, oh, I get a vacation, I get like it's mostly like, or like a good majority of is if it is paid for, it's all planned out and everything. I'm spending time with family. It's just hard to say no. It's like the just slightly putting your foot down. Well, and I definitely have an excuse for next year in that I like will not have I will need to let my vacation time come back. And my dad's like, oh, you want to do a ski trip? And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I already said I was going to do that, so. Plus, that's just a weekend, too, for doing a ski trip. Yeah, I don't know. I find, like, planning and going on a vacation kind of stressful, too. Yeah, I guess even the stuff I've done where I'm like, oh, I'm just going to a convention by myself is just, like, driving 4 hours to Philadelphia is a little intimidating. I mean, some of it is like, I should find a way to drag somebody else with me. But it's like, I know my sister's not going to be interested in doing like a board game convention for an entire weekend. And I just don't know anybody near me. And then I don't even talk to my friends that are in a different state at this point. Discord's been dead for like 3 months. Last thing that we did was Elden Ring Night Rain. Oh yeah, I forgot Bogorli added an extra extension to it. Man, I keep making all this cool stuff. I really gotta figure out a way to polish it and put it somewhere. And then I just complain, it's a stupid job. I don't want to do a stupid job. I want to... Did somebody want to pay for the games that I've made? And the answer is yes. Somebody bought Block Dude 3D for $1 the other day, and I was like, what? I'm not asking you to pay money for that. And I haven't touched that one in like years. It's just kind of wild. I'm like, I don't know why I suddenly got $1 for Block Dude 3D. That's just crazy. What am I gonna do with all that money? Oh, it's $80 even. Yeah, that's all the from my character generator, of which I don't know that anybody's. This is another one that like Yeah, it was another one of those, I need to redo the UI completely, and that's what killed it for me, so. Don't spend it all at one place. Spend it at the arcade. I know I had in my head at one point, for some reason, to like buy a Chipotle burrito based on the money that I earned from like a project, but yeah, okay, it's still at the bottom here is saying, oh, there's gonna be more stuff added to it, and then I just never did. Yeah, okay, that's, you could tell when this was. It was very much around the time of NFTs. Yeah, when they first initially said, oh hey, NFTs are these little pictures, that it was like, oh, I could do that. I have all these characters I could generate, and then went and actually Googled what NFTs are. It was like, oh, no, let's not do that. Like, just destroy the environment for somebody to have a token that is pretending to be a JPEG. Yeah, it was a bit of a pain to figure out how to do the export, and that it doesn't even like get rid of the background well either. Okay, I'm just yapping. That's all I'm doing. I'm having too much fun yapping. Okay, I need to go to bed. This is also, if there are people, I guess it's less necessary to do a raid. I got the achievement for 100 raids with 2 people or more. Yeah, okay, so this is one of those odd things where I'm like, I can see there are 2 people who are actively chatting, or seem to be actively chatting, unless somebody disappeared in the moment in which... it takes a while for it to refresh. I alone own this JPEG, don't look at it, it's mine. Here I have a plaque that says this is my JPEG. Is it not gonna update? Is it not gonna say, hey, or number go up? 2. Okay, so it's still at 2. Not 3? Like, I feel like we just had 2 people in the chat, and there's 1 for me, right? I feel like that should be 3 people. Okay, but I do need to go to bed. I'm just used to the, that's one of those, like, oh, I could go raid somebody, right? And, oh, bits. Okay. I was like, why is it giving me a... There we go. So let's actually look at OBS. Here I am just watching it on the other screen there. Wait, is that a Pogorli model? Because I'm like, the nose looks so funky. Is it? That's a model of Pogorli. Maybe. Yeah, okay. Jared modeled my face. Yeah, okay. It's so weird. Well, speaking of that fashion project, I have a Daz version of me that is also horrifying. Can I even find that? Do I even remember what it's called? Okay, wait. If I look at this, yeah, virtual immersive environments was the place. Visagio, that's the thing. Does this even exist as a website I can look at? I doubt it. Wow, okay, so it takes... weird. Oh, or did you just dump even more bits onto me? That's what that was. You just dumped more bits onto me. To hit the goal? Why did I even have a goal for bits? So... do I search for the dulls on Akosha? I get a few refers from there every day. No, I'm looking at the... When I look up the the daily games, I'm on my work computer at lunch, so that's Google most likely. Well, maybe, I don't know. It might be Ecosia. Does it? Because I do have it logged into my Google at work, so it might be. It actually might be Ecosia. It may or may not be me. But that's kind of a bummer that nobody else uses it. I'm like, because it's literally just, if you use it, you can possibly plant trees. I'm like, that doesn't sound like it's gonna hurt anything. And I haven't found Google to be like much better of a search engine. Plus, I think it's built on Chromium anyway. So, I look like I needed some pennies. I have a little my piggy bank. Which is a little dog instead of a piggy bank, but... Wait. Online 3D clothes shopping experience. Hey, that's it! There we go. So now is there a horrifying version of my face? Nah. That looks kind of like me. This was a neat project. It's kind of a bummer that there was no pay involved. Yeah, not really good enough to be a thing, but... have you seen the new favorite systems? The system. Just never hear about Ecosia? I don't even remember where... It's probably one of those YouTube videos that I watched that said like, oh hey, here's a... some kind of simple climate action thing you could do, and like I said, I don't think it's hurting anything. I don't know that it's helping anything, but I don't think it's hurting anything, and it doesn't really change my search experience all that much. But have I seen the new favorite system on Estimate Me? Here? I just clicked this one. I just clicked the archive to make sure that I've done all of the Estimate Me's. But otherwise, I haven't looked at the other buttons. Oh, donate. Wait, I'm like, wait. Pagorli just gave me some bits, so now I could go drop it on a coffee here instead. Oh, on the duels. I haven't. Yeah, okay. I haven't been to that site in a while. I haven't been to the actual Oxbot. Yeah, I've settled into my set that I do. So I haven't actually looked at this one in a while. You share the bits and then you'll give it back to Pagorli. We get the money moving in a circle. It's Oh, I'm trying to think of what It's Always Sunny with the yeah, we'll hand out all of these fake vouchers so that everybody will get the beer, and then the money moves in a circle somehow. That's capitalism, baby. Well, it's capital. That's how capitalism should work. That's how capitalism is supposed to work, is that the money moves around. But instead, we've set it up so that it just gets siphoned off to a select group of people for them to just have. Just here's a large pile of money. Not even gonna do anything with it. As much as we make fun of, like, oh, this person has a bunch of yachts, that's at least putting money back into the system. It's just the stuff that ends up in a bank account that doesn't move around. Yeah, the Patty Bucks episodes is great. Their last season was pretty fun, too. Yeah, it was the hot sauce one. It was a little weird to me, but as it went on and it got more and more ridiculous, it got more and more fun. It's just a show that has had references and mentions of straight up drugs. Doing an episode where they're like faking it felt weird to me, but it also was a fun episode. Yeah, I probably have that weird picture of me somewhere. Yeah, because we tried making ourselves as. Oh, has it become an AI thing? I know the one guy that stopped by and worked with us. He is now an AI artist. As in, like, he even kicked off the like won a contest in Colorado for does it have a number? I don't remember if it had a number. I think it is just extend. I don't think you need to do a number on it on top of that. Okay, I was going to bed and then y'all got me so distracted. I was gonna go raid somebody since it seems to be there's 2 people here possibly. And it was saying that there was only like, okay, yeah, no, I guess this is 2 people. I'm just expecting it to say 3 people because once I watch my own stream, but I guess not. Just getting around the not repeating messages filter. Yeah, okay. I really need to figure out a better way to do audio. I have so much garbage audio in my games. It's like some semblance of the idea of the thing, but not actually a usable thing there. Okay. Somebody doing art. Yeah, some of these ones at the bottom, I'm like, oh, this is somebody who just started their stream. Billy Hatcher. That's one that always looked interesting to me, but... I do like Oive. I don't get to watch Oive very much. Oh, well, I don't get to watch Twitch very much. Okay, yeah, I was like, Ovi is also has just started the stream. Yeah, 15 minutes, okay. I was like, that number seems kind of low. Yeah, okay, because it's 15 minutes and it's probably still starting up. Okay, and also, I was like, Wallaber seemed like it was kind of low, too. Oh, no, 40 minutes, okay. So it did, there's some Borderlands 4 there, too. Yeah, I was like, I want to do the lowest number. That's typically where I want to aim. Some Jern Jam stuff. That's I'm making a micro game. Okay, it's just past 9 o'clock. Go to bed, bud. Just do a quick raid and then go to bed. I do not recall this person. Nah, stay up. You could maybe convince me to do that on the weekend, but
putting out what may look like an okay product, but it runs like horribly.
You know, JD. Yeah, okay. I was like, I think there's a lot of people that are under the umbrella there of. I don't know if there's like a formal name for the crew of people.
And as the assistant, sure, you could say, hey, go out and write this module or write this function for me. Here's what I want to accomplish.
Okay, sure. Yeah, well, let's just go right over here. So, put the Begorly dollars under your pillow and they'll give you teeth.
Let's say 70.
You can exchange it the other way. Instead of teeth for money, you could put money for teeth. That is a funny idea. Okay, I'm going to bed. I'm having too much fun. I don't want to go to bed, and then I like won't get a chance to stream for like a month.
Okay, well,
Whoa.
I had something that I was making changes on.
Okay. And then I may or may not be back tomorrow. I shouldn't. I should not be back tomorrow because I should just do the Patreon update and stuff, but like, oh, and I said I wasn't gonna stream for October. We'll see.
I guess it isn't really all
I'm
that
I'm
important.
probably won't be able to stay away, but we'll see. Okay, but
Um,
worst case scenario, I'll be back after October.
here.
Wake me up when November starts. But otherwise I'll be back like tomorrow.
You're not
So
gonna let me tab to the next one? Jeez.
goodbye, good night. Thanks for stopping by. Have fun
I guess it
sleeping.
doesn't have context.
Bye.